What you are listening to now is our Colts-Broncos preview for Saturday's 4 o'clock game. I am joined, as always, by our Colts guy, Sam Frick. We were also joined by Mike Rich, our Pacers guy, John Robertson, our Fever guy, and Michelle Garmon, the sports editor at the Tipton Tribune and Elwood call leader, to preview the game and make their predictions. Please enjoy.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengels.
Welcome, Colts fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report for our Colts-Broncos Week 2 preview. I'm here with my co-host, Sam Frick. Our other co-host, Will Rutherford, could not make it tonight, but he and I did a podcast earlier. It aired a little earlier this morning. Go check that out. We talked a lot about the Colts and the rest of the NFL. He made his prediction on that one. I am joined by Michelle Garmon here live at Stage 22 and on the Riverside app by Sam and Mike Rich, our Pacers guy, and John Robertson, our Fever guy, to give our Colts Broncos input and make our predictions. Sam, we'll start with you. I can't believe how excited I am about Week 2. Last week, I did not think I would be this excited about Week 2.
We talked about this over the weekend about the Colts getting this impressive win against the Miami Dolphins 33-8. But now this is where things get more difficult because the challenge level is going to be skyrocketed this weekend against the Denver Broncos. Now, I will say this on paper with Denver, their quarterback, I think, is definitely inferior on paper to that of Tua Tagovailoa. With Bo Nixon, he had a QBR around 60 against the Tennessee Titans. He only threw for about 170 yards, about 20 or 45 or something like that. Not a great performance for him. Not a great performance for the offense in general. But I think the big challenge that I think Daniel Jones is going to have this time around compared to last week is going to be the pass rush of the Denver Broncos. That's what almost single-handedly won that game against the Tennessee Titans. So if the Colts are going to be successful this week, they have got to protect Daniel Jones in Week 2. And I know for sure that the Broncos pass rush is going to be a problem on paper in this matchup.
The Colts offensive line looked so good last week, but it's going to be a tougher challenge this week, I believe, just with the Broncos and
definitely for the offense.
Yes, definitely. And so I'm interested to see how the offensive line of the Colts really looks when they face a defensive team like the Broncos. And it's going to be a battle they have to win, I think, to win the game.
And particularly Tanner Bortolini and Matt Gonzalez, who both just looked fantastic. I think they had 3 holds combined, but other than that, they literally won 85% of their plays, both essentially rookies in the starting lineup. Mike Rich, what else are you going to be looking for in this game?
Probably Tyler Warren some more. I want to see a lot more of Tyler Warren. I think Taylor was well rested, and I think he sat out pretty good amount of the second half, so his legs should be ready to go, and I think you'll see a lot out of Jonathan Taylor as well. He had a quiet, 71 yards in 3 quarters. So I think the offensive line will come to play. I do think Denver's defense is a lot better than what we saw last week, but being at home is going to be a big advantage. I think Bo Nix may be going through the sophomore slump and may struggle a little bit against the Colts defense. I think the Colts defense is also going to be a pretty big key here.
By the way, 6 different Broncos had sacks against the Titans, so an impressive number. And the Titans had just 7 first downs.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's going to be interesting. The offensive line is going to have to win the line of scrimmage, because I think the Colts are going to have to establish a run. They're going to have balance this week. I don't think they can beat the Broncos if they don't have balance. And playing at home, maybe somewhat of an advantage. I don't know that the atmosphere will be as juiced as it was last week. I mean, it was extra juiced because of all the returning
Yeah.
All the returning players like Peyton and Marvin and.
Hey, Mike Rich, Colts fans are pretty excited, aren't we?
Oh, we're definitely excited.
I think it's going to be a pretty good atmosphere. 4:00 in the afternoon. Sometimes it's a little different. It's a weirder kind of crowd.
A lot more time to get drunk.
It always seems like it takes a little while for the 4:00 crowd to get going. For some reason, it just always, especially like the 4:05. I think they're the one of only 2 games playing at that time. Robertson is joining us, our Fevers guy. He's a Raiders fan, so maybe he has a perspective on the Broncos.
I think week 1, both of these teams are 1-0, but they both kind of played who cares games of the week, right? The Colts beat the Dolphins, like who cares, and the Broncos beat who'd they beat? It wasn't a really impressive team either. I forget.
Titans.
I don't.
They beat the Titans, so like who cares? Like it's like you beat a high school team. Congratulations, both teams beat high school teams. Yes, I'm glad to see you guys are excited and there's hope in the Colts fandom. It makes me happy to see you guys happy, but like I don't think that either team really should be too pumped about their one win yet. Well,
hey, how about the Raiders? The Raiders are kind of in the same situation as the Colts.
The Raiders look great. The Raiders are looking so good right now. I'm telling you, the Raiders are going to be the surprise team of the year. Just saying, I'm rooting for the Colts this week. Go Colts, go Blue, go Horseshoe for the shoe, whatever you guys want. I'd love to see the Broncos get beat.
I was trying to get you to just say the Broncos suck. That's all I was going for, John.
That
was your assessment of the Broncos.
Yeah, I don't like the Broncos. I never did. I don't but they're probably my least favorite team in the AFC West. Always, it's fashionable to hate Kansas City, and I don't really like Kansas City. But Broncos are bleh.
Yeah,
Their win was
can't wait to beat them.
Their win was just unimpressive.
It was very unimpressive. That offense, I am not convinced by Bo Nix. That's going to come back to haunt me this week, isn't it?
Yeah, it might.
I think you guys are right, though. The Broncos traditionally have a really good defense. They have a good pass rush.
This year's defense was expected to be really good, and then last week was really good.
Yeah. It's just kind of like it's in their DNA to have a good defense, so you got to expect them to show up, and this is the good time for. So their defense is good, and this will be the opportunity for Daniel Jones to prove if he's the real deal or if it was a fluke against the Dolphins. I mean, I could probably play quarterback against the Dolphins, and I haven't thrown a football in years.
Yeah, especially the way he wasn't touched almost every play of that game. He had a pocket, or when he rolled out, he had field in front of him. Very impressive.
You're talking about
by the line again, yeah.
And I think it's going to come down to that. Which defense can force turnovers? Whether it be stopping a team in a 4th down attempt or interceptions or turnovers, because that really could be the difference. That could be what wins the game.
Yeah, I agree 100% there, and I think we have a good advantage there. I think if we can protect the ball and score when we get opportunities, but I think turnovers is going to be key here.
Turnovers and the red zone opportunities were key as well for the Colts, and that's something we didn't really get a lot of chances really the red zone because we were just so dominant and whatnot. Yeah. I think here we're going to be tested for sure with the Denver Broncos. By the way, Latu is questionable for this game. He has a hamstring injury apparently, so that is something to monitor because I thought he was pretty impactful, all things considered, in week 1 for the Colts and whatnot. He could be a guy to keep an eye on and see if he can play or not. But obviously, our defense got to play well. We got to take care of the football. By the way, do you know the last time the Colts started the season 2-0? 2009.
Oof.
The year they went to the
Super Bowl. The last time they were in the Super Bowl, that's right.
Yep. So just wanted to make sure.
Who was the quarterback of that team? I can't remember.
Broncos are 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
I think with the Colts being at home and the way the Broncos look, I think I would take the Colts plus 2.5 if I were going to bet on the game. I don't
give me a score.
I don't know. I was looking at the over/under is 43.5, and I think I'd take the under. I'd take the under on 43.5, and I think I'd take the Colts plus 2.5. I don't think I'd parlay them. I think I would do one or the other.
What's the Colts money line? Because the Colts are winning this game.
Plus 102, so you're not getting a ton of value.
But
you're getting even money plus 2 cents.
Yeah, even money is because the Colts are winning, right, Mike Rich?
Yes, Colts are winning. They'll cover the spread. Yeah, with plus 2.5, absolutely. But they're going to win outright.
What's the score?
I'm going to say 24-17 Colts.
Michelle's going to be the naysayer.
Broncos 17-14.
I'll just tell you, Sam, I'm going to say last week, no way I would have believed the Colts were winning this game. Once again, I watched the film 3 times, and I'm convinced that it wasn't just the Dolphins. I think this team is good. Now, I don't think they're as good as most of the AFC. I think they're right in the middle of the AFC pack. But in the South, they could win it because they're that good, and I think they're going to win this game. I'm not sure they're going to be better than Denver at the end of the year, but I think right now they win this game 20-17, Sam. Your prediction?
A lot of this is going to hinge on Daniel Jones's performance. Can they protect Daniel Jones? Can they limit the turnovers, if you would? And then the red zone opportunity is going to have to be pretty good because they're not going to get a lot of chances, I don't think, in this game with this particular defense this week. I think it's going to be one of those close games. Probably, I'm going to go on the lines of, this could be one of those ugly games. I'm going to go 19-16 Colts.
This really could be a field goal.
Spencer Schrader has been really good.
He was perfect last week.
Preseason looked good. Training camp looked good.
Yeah, I think he'll be a big key in this game, especially if it's going to be a 3-point game. So, yeah, I'm confident in our kicker.
Yep, Westfield kid, Notre Dame. Of course, played high school sports outside of Indiana, but we'll claim him as a local kid.
So I said the Colts are going to win, but I didn't get my score. I'm going to go Colts 14-10. I think it's 2 touchdowns to a touchdown and a field goal. I just think it's going to be an ugly game.
It could be 8-6 with 7 safeties.
But absolutely could be it could be 9-6. I really that would not shock me. I feel like both teams are not going to score very much. I just have this feeling of it.
All right, Sam, your prediction for the game?
Colts 19, Broncos 16.
Final thoughts, Sam, going into week 2.
We get to figure out what these teams really are. We went through overreaction season so far, and now we get to see what the Colts can do building off of week 1. Same goes for the Denver Broncos. Can the Colts build off of week 1 success? Can they keep Daniel Jones doing what he does best? And let's see what we can do week 2. Go 2-0 for the first time since 2009. Get these home fans happy and keep the train rolling.
Hey, everybody, let's meet back here 8 o'clock on Sunday night and talk about another Colts win. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.